Hello, my name is Maple J. Milk, and I've been reading Derek Hughes' autobiography on the development of Spelunky by Boss Fight Games. I'm about 60 pages in, and as of the writing of this, I am eating through the book. The footage from the game you're probably currently watching is his game after Spelunky 2, UFO 50, a game about a fictionalized console that includes 50 NES-sized games. Extremely impressive game. But reading this book about Spelunky made me think of something. You see, there's this part in this book, right, where Derek Yu talks about the concept of the 1cc or 1 credit coin run of an arcade game. And this is a run where you play through the entire length of an arcade game without using a single continue. And this is something I've become very familiar with getting into the shoot 'em up genre. Derek uses this idea of this design of the 1cc as the inspiration behind Spelunky's gameplay pacing. In Spelunky, you're supposed to sit down and play the game through in one 30-minute run with design elements like the bubble bobble, like insta-kill ghost, making sure you keep pace. And I realized that the design elements are not inherently outdated like a lot of design teachings imply. It's always the context. Like, have you ever seen a game review where they dock off points for an intentional design element of the game? That pisses me off. Like, I remember Dark Souls and having difficulty options was a strange and fucking stupid talking point of discourse for a while because players were just so used to having stated difficulty modes in their games. I think this type of thing is what separates gaming as an art form compared to film or books or whatever, because if a film uses black and white color grading or film stock, people don't usually scream at the production team because they want their color right now. They usually just call it pretentious, even if they don't like it. Because even if it being closed-minded is verbalized in two different mediums, the film is using black and white film stock and is considered an objectively intentional choice, even to people who don't like it, because you can't accidentally use black and white. You have to go out of your way to do that. But if a game uses a live system or some above standard difficulty level, the conversation isn't about how the design elements is used. It's about how outdated these elements are inherently and why they should never be used in any game again. And I have an example of the live system thing, because I'm genuinely not a fan of most live system usage, but in Shovel Knight and Sonic Mania, these are both games that try to evoke games from the 90s through different means. Shovel Knight evokes high-quality, late-era NES games through, the ones that push the boundaries, use the console in complex ways of the hardware and RAM chips and shit like that. Like, think Little Samson or Mega Man 4 or whatever, Batman on NES. Sonic Mania is obviously trying to evoke the idea of being a real Sonic 4, unlike the other one. It's a fake Sonic 4. It has the high-density pixel art and low-poly 3D models of the Sega Saturn's 32-bit CPU, and it's focused on expanding and remixing Sonic 3's level design, or just design in general. Both of these games are highly critically acclaimed and beloved by people like me, and also me, but only one game has the, traditional live system that's considered outdated. And Sonic Mania uses Sonic 3's live systems, while Shovel Knight uses a Souls-like money-halving death system, effectively giving you infinite lives. And I use these examples because I don't really love Sonic Mania's live system, but I definitely can argue on why they did it that way. Just because I love Shovel Knight's usage as a consequence for death better doesn't mean I want every game to use it, right? Shovel Knight's usage incentivizes exploration, depthful understanding of all the rooms in a level, and good usage of the relics to keep you alive, to keep your money keep you through a level enough to unlock another relic. Sonic Mania's usage aims to keep the tension of old arcade design, the type where you're worried if you're good enough you're going to make it through the game properly. It also gives you rewards for secret areas that give you more chances to improve and play the game upon a failure state. Spelunky's design is a nice in-between because it's a roguelike platformer, and you get one life unless you have a secret item, so you don't have to worry about a live system, and there is no save system between levels. You have to do the game in one single run to reach the end of the game. And along with the ruthless difficulty, this makes Spelunky a very challenging and very interesting game. Spelunky manages to evoke early Famicom platformers like fucking Atlantis No Nazo with his difficulty and interest in hiding secrets from the players at all points. I'm pretty sure the Atlantis No Nazo thing was on purpose. Would Spelunky manage this engaging design if it was either using the Sonic Mania or Shovel Knight Death Consequence design? I don't think so. The permanent death of Spelunky is what makes it so interesting. The idea that you could have any kind of fumble for a moment and you're already back to square one. This is why I call Spelunky my least favorite game, because I adore its design in all aspects. I think it's genuinely genius, but it's also really frustrating to play. It's like Coke. It's bad for you, but addictive. And I mean both Cokes. This is why I'm thinking about design elements, right? Spelunky is using the energy of a 1cc arcade run for the basis of this design. This is the type of inspiration I come to art for. It's a fantastic flip in the existing design elements to be modern, perfect for the context of a roguelike platformer. The issue I see in game reviews is that people don't respect the intentionality of design. They always want it the way they want it, just like Derek Hughes says in the book. Derek Yu literally uses Burger King's "Have It Your Way" slogan as a point of comparison, and I feel like the rise of indie games is great for, I guess overcoming this, because in what other age would a game like Getting Over It get positive attention? Purposeful design beats anything else. What if I wanted to make confusing maze in an RPG with difficult enemies and random encounters? You'd call it bad design, but I call it Shin Megami Tensei, and Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey is one of the highest regarded games of all time, so clearly there's some wiggle room there. I'm just saying, don't think a design is inherently outdated, all right? Just think of the context, even if it pains you to do so, because being open-minded on art makes life more fun. That's all I have to say right now. Maple Milk out.